Yeah.
Corey, thank you for joining us after Tuesday night's brilliant 3-0 victory over MK Dons. We've got the second leg to prepare for now. How are the lads as they prepare for that game?
Yeah, it was good. We've obviously been in today. We've done a training session, a technical session, so that was really good. Not too much on the legs, so obviously we're ready to go for the game. Done recovery yesterday, so we was in doing recovery session. All the boys came in, and yeah, so it's been going good so far.
Yeah, Tuesday was obviously a brilliant night, but I suppose the message that the gaffer gave to you is let's not get carried away. It's only half time. We know that MK are going to come, flying straight at us on Saturday as they look to chase down the deficit. So I suppose where must be a really good feeling in the camp after a good win like that, there's also the concentration and sort of keeping yourself grounded, knowing that the job isn't finished just yet.
Yeah, like we all know the job's not done. It's half time essentially, obviously with it being a 2-game leg. I think that we all know what we have to do. We have to obviously go there and play the game as if it's 0-0 still. We're going to go there and hopefully we give out the same performances that we did the other night and we can get over the line. But it's been good. It's been good, like being able to come in after a 3-0 win in the first leg. Like that's the most perfect start you could ever ask for. So yeah, so everyone's positive. Everyone's looking forward to the game. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, in terms of Tuesday, it looked like a really enjoyable game to play in, to be a part of, both sides are, well known for their sort of attacking threat and how they like to play football, as people call it, the right way. So in terms of you obviously get a great view of it, you were involved in it a lot. How was it to be a part of it?
Yeah, of course. I think that League Two's obviously got a bad stigma for being a bit of a crash bang wallop league, where people think it's always about physicality and long balls and stuff like that, where obviously we played possession football and MK do the same. So it was a good game. I think if you watched it back, I've watched it back already, so I watched it back and I can see like the style of play we both knew anyways. I think both teams would have known that we're both possession based teams and it would have been a game of ball on the ground, playing football, and obviously, as you said, the right way. But yeah, it was amazing to play and being able to like show obviously with the world or whoever was watching and that they are ball playing teams in League Two. So yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was top.
A lot of people from the outside would say there was a lot of pressure on the game. There was a lot of factors like cameras being there, being on Sky, as you say, available for the world to watch. That could have put a lot of pressure on the lads, and we spoke to the gaffer afterwards and we touched on how young the squad as a whole is. A lot of them wouldn't have played, in front of the TV cameras before, in front of sellout crowds, with some of the players we signed this year coming from non-league, but the whole squad seemed to handle themselves so well. And was that even, a concern in the dressing room before the game, or was it just a case of everyone relishing the opportunity?
For me personally, it was perfectly fine. I think that might have been my first game on Sky actually, but actually like being a player in it, so I got to speak for myself now, where I felt that there was no pressure on the game. I just felt like it was another game to play. Everything was normal. We prepared for the game normally, how we normally would. Nothing changed. So everyone was in their comfort zone. Like no one felt like out of their depth, where we're doing things that are different to try and it's on TV, so now we have to do something different. Now we didn't do any of that. It was straight to the point. We did everything obviously with the coaching staff, sports conditioning, everything was exactly the same to the build up to the game as we would if it was a normal game on Saturday or Tuesday night in the league, which was positive. Obviously it makes everyone feel more at ease and takes away the nerves, I think, where if you do hype up the game and make it's on Sky, you've got to do this, got to do that, and you start changing, I don't know how you would say it, but changing the winning method of that's actually got us here, then maybe it would start people me getting nervous and stuff. But I thought everyone in the camp was brilliant. Like the game was brilliant. Everyone saw that the game was brilliant. We were top. But yeah, as everyone's saying, we've got to go and do it again Saturday now.
Yeah, is that the approach that you have to take going into the weekend? Almost not forgetting about the scoreline, but taking it as just another game, because if that's what you've done so well on Tuesday night, it shows that it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. We're doing the same again. We're doing a training week again, exactly how I would to a normal week in season. So, but yeah, I think everyone's going to take it as another game. Whereas in our minds, we're looking at it as it's still 0-0, and it's a game that we actually want to go and win. Because when you do go to Wembley, you have that feeling where you're on back-to-back wins, and momentum, which you spoke about earlier on in the season, is momentum is key, especially at this time in the season, obviously, where we're coming in and it's the playoff games. If you win both games, you're coming in and you're thinking, yes, we've won this now. Like, now we can kick on. But if you come in and even if we do go through with a loss, it's still a positive result. But we've just lost a game of football, and we don't want to do that. So now as a team, we're ready to go. We're raring. So looking to win that game as well.
Yeah, the fans will certainly be up for it. They were on Tuesday night, as we touched on after game, one of the best atmospheres. Certainly a lot of people would have seen here at the Borderfield Stadium. We've got an allocation of 2,000. We're approaching, to the point now where we've only got sort of a few hundred tickets left. So what would your message to the fans be for this leg?
Oh, that they've been brilliant the whole season. And I think everyone knows that. They've been brilliant all season. They supported us through everything. Even I would say last season, so I know it was like last season they were brilliant then as well. They got us over that line last season, and now we've given them something to cheer about this season. So just keep turning up in your numbers and keep supporting the boys. And yeah, like you really are a 12th man. So thank you very much, everyone, for that.
Thank you, Corey.
Corey, going back to Tuesday night, that infamous touch now that you took. Can you just talk us through that moment? As soon as Liam Kelly hit it, what went through your head?
Well, honestly, I didn't even realise that it was that special at the time. I was just like playing, the ball was in the air, and I just thought to myself, I've just got to get this ball on my right side so I've got more time on the ball, because obviously that's away from the press. And then I can make a decision where if I'm going to try and play out, which is obviously our style of play, or if I need to go in behind or play a longer pass, then I can, because I'm on my right foot. So that was my thought process at the time, and then obviously I just like pulled it out of the sky like Zidane, and everyone like, oh my God, what are you doing? Strikers pressed me, and actually at that moment when he pressed me, I was looking at him and I was thinking, he's not going to press me after I've just taken that touch. And he started sprinting at me, and I realised that he's actually close and he's going to slide. And I think by him sliding made my decision easier, if that makes sense. Right. That way I just played. I didn't think about anything. I just thought there's space in behind him. Obviously I've got that space. I know that if I take a touch there, I'm going to be safe. So it was more about, I know it looked quite risky, but at the time I was playing the safer option, which doesn't actually make sense, because if I kicked it, I probably would have kicked it against him, and it would have been probably a more difficult situation to deal with than me touching it past him and playing a longer pass. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun. When you came off the pitch and then you finally got settled down, got your phone, did you have loads of messages and that about it?
Oh yeah, my phone was exploding. I didn't even realise that it was that special. I said that, I was just like, I'm just playing that. It's just, obviously I think everyone knows that. That's a strong part of my game, playing with my feet, and I'm comfortable doing that. So I think the boys obviously know, the gaffer knows the style of play that we play. I've always been able to use my feet and be an extra man in possession, and I take that as it's one of my strengths, and I take that and I look at it and I think, what can I improve? Of course you always look to improve, but that's one of the areas where I'd say it's my strongest. So yeah, but I think it just happened, and now I look like Zidane. So, yeah.
So going back to the actual tie, obviously it's only half time, but you are in a great position. Coming into the playoffs, Crawley were seen as probably the underdogs of the 4 teams in there because of where they finished. Now you're in this position. Is there do you feel a different kind of pressure going into the second leg, being 3-0 up?
I don't want to sound arrogant or anything, but me personally, I don't feel pressure. Like, it's a game of football, and I've been playing football since I was 10 years old, and this is all I've ever wanted to do. And these are the moments you live for. You go home and you've been in positions where boys like myself, been in positions where you don't have a club, and you're not getting any game time. You don't have a contract. The next season you're worried and you don't know what's going on. But that's the downside of football. This is the upside of football. You want to play for promotions. You want to play games at good stadiums like MK, or like these are the games you want to play. You want to get to Wembley. That's the dream, especially for me as a boy being from London. That's like the biggest stadium in the country. Everyone dreams to play at Wembley, playing under the arch. Do you know what I mean? So especially like growing up as a kid, and I grew up in Hackney, and a lot of the pitches in Hackney, like AstroTurfs and stuff, are based on Wembley. So like all the pitch markings and the size of the pitch is all like, oh yeah, because England Stadium is like this, we have to make our AstroTurf like this, or our pitch like this, grassroots level. So growing up, I've always been around that stigma of, oh yeah, Wembley's the top, like the cream basically, the top of it, and like I've always wanted to play there, so I don't feel any pressure in terms of actually getting there. I just want to get there now, and I think we're in a really, really good position, and I know that we as a team, collective, everyone, I know that we can do it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Corey. Cheers.
Welcome.
Thank you.